Sean McDermott, after his 1-for-3 performance last week, he says has tremendous support in the building. If he has to make one for us, with the game on the line, he will. 44 yards, Bass. No, he doesn't make it. Wide right. Wow. The two most dreaded words in Buffalo have surfaced again.
He did stand up and make it very difficult on every 3 plays to make it. Buffalo just didn't have anything easy, no big plays. And to me, the pressure of that moment, it's just so intense, Jim. It's not over here right now.
You got 2 timeouts
but Kansas
for the
City
Bills.
is definitely in a driver's seat.
50 even. You say it? Thank you.
Implement to what they did in the first half, and they're one of the best teams in the league at doing it.
Jones lost the ball way back there. Flag flies too. Jones is buried. Oh boy.
You can see he gets stepped on there by his center Josh Myers, but it really had no bearing on the toss. It was a really good toss regardless. Aaron Jones just took it.
Allen again launches one. Long for Diggs. Oh, and it went through his hands.
You've got a running Diggs right at you, backing up for the ball, and it goes right through his hands.
Should have been caught.
And you talked about the other 2 by Sherfield. This is the 3rd one.
Just you can see, watch, he's turning that head before the ball even gets there. He's one of the best things George Kittle does. I mean, he's arguably the most well-rounded top tight end in the league. But something he does at such a high level is his ability to run.
Yeah, here's Anders Carlson, 41-yard try for him. Carlson, no! Wide left and a big miss for the young kick.
15 rush yards all game before that 16-yard carry. They flip it to Mechie, now eventually back to Stroud. Hutchinson looking for a block. And a loss on the play.
We talked to him last night. Did he have anything up his sleeves in order to give them an opportunity for a play? He said really only in the trick category department because they're so good defensively. That was...
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That Shanahan tree, it continues to grow.
Here's Moody. Field goal kick is tipped and it's blocked and it's no good. Colby Wooden got his hands on it and it keeps it a 1-point game. 3rd down. Love. The time again. Hard throw! And it's picked off! Dre Greenlaw has it. Cutting back. Greenlaw still on his feet. And now is taken down. It was behind Kraft up in the air. Dre Greenlaw picks it off. And San Francisco.
Knox lined up on that left side. Here's Allen. Cook would have had a touchdown.
It's going to be a pretend flat route that turns into an angle coming back in.
3rd and 5. Purdy lets it rip. Jennings is high and it's incomplete. That could have been picked by Nixon, who just had the big kick return.
That a Packers defender had an easy interception. This time it was Nixon. In the first half it was Savage. He's trying to elevate that ball over Devondre.
He's the type of athlete, as you mentioned, Joe, that can at least keep up with him a little bit.
Jackson, that is off the hands of the intended target, Flowers.
Yeah, you're going to see at the end of this play that you've got the 2 receivers that run in, right into the same area. You've got Flowers and Aguilar that are right there. And, so now you're bringing more defenders.
That's the energy this young group plays with on offense.
Pretty special. Fake to Jones. Love looking. Now pressure dumps it off to Jones and it stepped out. Or actually, let's see. He said no catch. He was out of bounds when he caught it.
He just kind of lost his kind of bearings there.
That was
weird.
weird.
Him laughing. You can see him laughing. He's like, yeah. And just kept floating to the sideline. And you'll see he catches this ball clearly in the white.
Yep.
Coordinator in the league fear this offense. And everything from there unfolds.
Here Purdy looking to throw. Has some time. Rifles over the middle and it's picked off. It should have been picked off. It was right there for Savage.
Wow. Well, you mentioned, look, Purdy's wearing this glove. And again, I'm not saying that's why he threw it. It looks like it came off his hand well. I mean, he threw that ball and hit.
And a lot of the times they're going to have to catch and run.
Here's a ball tipped and nearly picked by Hamilton. The end of that play, and it was nearly intercepted after the tip by Travis Jones.
Oh, Travis Jones, he saved one, because if this ball gets on Brevin Jordan, only Kyle Hamilton is there to make a play.
Got away from one. Punting unit on.
Nixon has speed, gets to the edge. Keyshawn Nixon, foot race, cuts back. Nixon, fumble the football, and Green Bay, I think, recovered.
Go with the ball, and so you see that he's having to keep these plays alive and then just give guys chances. Now, you don't see that very often from Dalton Schultz. He's been a good player.
And blitz or pressure Mahomes. In week 14, that changed. They trusted their guys.
They got Hardman in the lineup for the Chiefs. As Mahomes rolls out, and somehow he tried to toss it at the last minute. He had it incomplete.
Remember the 1 yard from the sideline stat?
Wrap it up. Cranking it. Wide open again. It's Otten. He stumbles, but he's not brought down.
He's just starting to get a feel for this thing. Cut him loose right here.
10. Goff deep drop in the middle. That one not hung on to by St. Brown.
And when you watch him move around on the practice field, you can't believe something that big can move that fast and that athletically.
3rd and 17. Lions bring 3. Mayfield in the middle. Deflected and intercepted. Into the hands of C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Stays alive. Out of bounds. At the
Concern is the fact that Mike Evans has been having a tough time hanging on to the ball.
Yep.
We saw it a week ago. We saw it in the first game between these two. And that's a ball, at the very least, has to be knocked down. As a receiver, there's nothing wrong with dropping a pass that falls in front of you.